Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Like a New Yorker. Joseph here, chief editor of Levine magazine. For this new episode, we are at episode 28, and as usual, I have my partner in crime for this episode, Beatrice. Hi, Beatrice.
Hi, everyone. Yes, Beatrice Kimmel from Impact PR. We are excited to be here on a crazy, crazy week.
Exactly.
It's election week, but we are not here to talk about the election.
Exactly, because I guess everybody else is doing that.
Yeah, we're here to distract you from the election and hopefully give you some, positivity and a little bit of humor.
Yeah, exactly.
But today we have a really exciting show for you. Of course, like a New Yorker, we bring to you a list of great ways to comfort yourself during a stressful week. And what better to relieve stress than food?
Exactly. I couldn't agree more, Beatrice. Again, we try to do here what, again, television used to do, some healthy escapism. And so to give some relief, Beatrice has found these the best places in New York for comfort food. You know, if you're on your cheating day, or you want like a good distraction, you want some food coma, and just
and
die on a couch.
Holidays, what a great time, right?
Exactly.
And well, thanks to our friends at Guest of a Guest, which I'm a very loyal member of. We have this wonderful list of 11 places of restaurants in New York that have wonderful food, wonderful cuisine, and some have been around for over 100 years. And so we'll give you a little bit of history, which I like as well, along with the restaurants. And the first on our list here is Carbone. And am I saying that correctly, Joseph?
Yeah, very well, very well.
Yes, Carbone. They're located in the West Village on Thompson Street, and owned by Mario Carbone, one of the owners there. And they have the spicy rigatoni vodka. Now, doesn't that look spectacular?
I can smell them. Listen.
Lots of cheese on there. But yeah, it's Italian-American restaurant, obviously. So definitely go check them out. That is the first on the list. Carb City. It looks absolutely decadent. And then next on our list there is, so this is a melon, JJG Melon. It's a very casual burger joint, basically on the Upper East Side. And they have these, your typical green and white checkered tablecloths. It is, quote unquote, the quintessential New York City burger experience. And they've been around since 1972. So they know what they're doing. So go check out the JG Melon burgers.
Yes. Which always reminds me of one of the best episodes of How I Met Your Mother. The day that after a night out, they happen to, the tall guy happens to go to this burger joint and has the best burger in New York, but then because he was drunk, he completely forgets where the place is, and the whole episode is about going back through gigs, because he remembers that has it was a red door with green blinds, and even Regis from Regis and Kelly, the show, remember? They around the city they meet him, and he says, "I know what is the place you're talking about." And basically at the end they can find it. And in New York is like this though. It's like
well, there's a million places in New York, and some of these are just for hidden gems that have been around for decades, and that are never going away. But the New Yorkers know these places, and they are fierce.
Hidden gems.
Yeah. They'll go there, they'll take out, they'll order in, and so JG Melon, definitely put that on your list if you haven't gone. The next one is the Smith, and this is macaroni and cheese. What more cheesy pasta can we put on this list? This is food city right here, and
absolutely.
This is again another casual American spot. They actually have 4 locations in New York, but if you're not in New York, there's one in Chicago and one in DC. So they're national, and this is $17 dish right here. This isn't your, this is typical, just mixing the cheese. They skillet roasted. So this is a delicious, delectable meal.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then there is always a special vibe about this meat. Is this place that, they're famous because they have tiles basically everywhere, also on the floor. It's a very like hipster vibe, dim lights. So it's very Manhattan. In New York, it's a very Manhattan vibe. And famous for their mac and cheese.
Yes, absolutely. And then next on the list, we have Bubbies. Meatpacking district. And we actually, my husband and I, Dave, went to Bubbies for our baby moon in early March before the shutdown. And this place is wonderful. They've got what they call a pancake flight. So these pancakes with, as you see, there are 3 different fruits and then a dollop of whipped cream on it. It is, oh my gosh, delectable. And I think that's like $25 or something like that.
Oh, I thought you were saying it's 25,000 calories, but
which is probably true.
Yeah,
and probably 2,500 grams of fat too.
But who cares? If you go there, you got to have good pancakes. You count the calories later.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Great to go when you're looking for something sweet. Speaking of sweet, Levine, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, bakery cookies from Levine. Now look at these cookies. It looks like also 1,000 calories in one bite.
It looks like worth it. Yeah.
We have 5 locations in Manhattan, 1 in Brooklyn, 1 in Long Island, and 1 in DC. So, and you can get a 4-pack of cookies starting at $27. So these are definitely something to take home as a gift.
But look at the size of the hand and the size of the cookie. It's like,
absolutely. These are
it's like a little piece of bread. So yeah, good.
Yeah, that's something to treat yourself. This
is also very famous. Yeah.
Yeah, Soul Food Fix here from Amy Ruth's. This is in Harlem. The famous chicken and waffles. So people put the maple syrup right over both. And just a little history on this. Amy Ruth was started in 1999 by Carl Redding, and it was named after his grandmother who taught him how to cook. And so it's basically a home-style Southern cuisine. And this is definitely comfort food too, and at its finest right here.
Yes. A burger. Yeah.
Well, if you're into
bagel. This is bagel.
New York, New York is very well known for its great bagels. Rust and Daughters is a signature place. It's been around for since over 100 years. It started in 1907, but then they moved to its current location literally 100 years ago in 1920. Can you imagine? This is over in East Houston, and it's best known for its bagel and lox. So definitely head over there for your bagel.
Yep. And I can see this is an everything bagel. My favorite. Yeah. Oh, now we're going ethnic here.
Now we're going Asian. Yeah. So Ivan, he calls him, the restaurant's called Ivan Ramen. I could not find his last name, but Ivan, who apparently came from New York, he worked as a busboy, dishwasher for a sushi restaurant, fell in love with the cuisine, went to Tokyo to learn about Japanese culture and cooking, and ended up going to the culinary school here in New York, became a chef, and then started a ramen restaurant in Tokyo. So there's a long history. I think it's fascinating. But you're a New Yorker American going over to Tokyo to start a ramen shop. You would think that would be a little strange. But he ended up very successful, ended up starting a second location in Tokyo, and then brought it over to New York. And he has 2 locations in New York. He calls it the Ivan Ramen Slurp Shop, which is a really cute name. But you know what? The thing is, ramen is something that I grew up just buying the packets of ramen, like the hard freeze-dried noodles with the little flavor packets that has like 1,000 grams of salt, literally. And it's not something that I thought is cuisine, like something that I put together. But apparently,
well, when you actually try the handmade ramen, then and it's fresh pasta, ramen, then it's a completely different level. It's like
the difference between Kraft's macaroni and cheese and the other macaroni and cheese we saw earlier. But this this is great comfort food. Nothing but noodles. Matzo ball soup. Oh, speaking of which,
that's another big time, for New York. It's a classic. It's a dish that's loved in many delis around the city, and
there. Oh, right,
big New York.
We've got a big kosher restaurant chains everywhere. Second Avenue Deli is one, but it's actually funny. They're not on Second Avenue. They're actually on First Avenue. They have two locations. One is at First Avenue and what is it? First Avenue and 75th. And then they have the one in Midtown at 33rd and Lex. So this is definitely one. And actually, this is one that hundreds of celebrity patrons have gone to. So if you may see Seinfeld walk in or Jon Stewart frequent this place.
Yep.
And then we have
Cats, of course. The pastrami.
So, speaking of famous delis, Cats pastrami. Now they did have a location in Toronto that unfortunately closed. And I heard that Cats was closing, but fortunately not the one in New York. So this one is open in New York. This is in East Houston and Ludlow. And look at this sandwich, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, that's obviously two halves of a sandwich. That's not the whole sandwich.
Yeah.
But
very iconic location. That of course with Harry's Meet Sally. The iconic orgasm scene was shot there. It's a little bit pricey. But it's worth it. They also have the ox tongue, I think, that is very popular. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, this is a lot of meat, guys. I mean, you can't look at and the pastrami though is succulent. It's not, it's I think they make it on premises, on the premises.
Yes, definitely.
Like,
yep.
Cure it and all that. And last but not least, pizza. Of course. How can we not
mention pizza?
Talking about pizza. So this is Lucali, Lucali. I guess it's now. This is our only non-Manhattan location. This is in Brooklyn, and I mean, there's so many pizzerias in New York, but this one happens to be one of the famous ones. And then definitely go there.
Yeah, this is more what they're showing here is the traditional Italian pie, which is is smaller than the traditional New York style pizza. Of course, it's still hard to have a hole, like but again, if you're looking for some comfort food and you want to fill your belly and in a delicious way, of course, like now you can choose that. There are many New York style pizza, of course, deep dish that you can find around the city, or traditional Italian. Yeah, but pizza is a must, is a classic. If you're talking about comfort food, there is nothing like pizza, because you can have just regular slice, or you can literally put anything you want.
I think I, for one, can eat a whole pizza. I mean, I mean, that's especially the thin crust, because it's, you eat it very quickly. But it's great because, and there's a ton of pizzerias around here, but I have to say, my guilty pleasure, we actually have, we order Domino's when we want a treat.
So sometimes you need a Domino pizza. It's just that, is that, really guilty, lusty pleasure of the, I know I'm doing everything wrong here, but still.
Pizza is great. I mean, you have to look hard to find a bad pizza, I think, in New York. Because people, don't stay in business long if they have bad pizza.
There is a very tough, natural selection.
Yes, absolutely.
It was delightful to go over all this. Now I'm hungry again.
I know, I haven't eaten lunch yet, so.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're doing great.
I know.
Okay, you want me to go on screen so you can order a pizza now?
I'm ordering it on my phone right now, so
gotta be Domino's pizza. Okay, so moving to the next topic very quickly, we want to touch again. We just told you to fill up your belly with this food. So stress reducing activity. So after you eat,
well, you want to let that settle. You want to digest a little bit. And okay, well, we can do some stuff at home also to de-stress yourself. And these are all recommended by stress.org. And you can scroll through very quickly. I mean, these are kind of quick things, doing quick
so do a quick exercise, do something tactile.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bubble wrap. Who doesn't love bubble wrap there?
Yeah.
And then
massage.
Self-massage, and then and take your do a crossword puzzle or a word search or Sudoku.
Dancing, that I like it. It's something that it can be really,
I love
just lose it and
turn the music on. Instead of putting on the news, put on Spotify and just
and again, this can be consequential. You can do some crosswords, dance, and then a nice bath.
Or simultaneous. You could take a bath while you
can dance in your bathtub,
and you can also try knitting while you're taking a bath. So
exactly. Baking also.
There you go. Yeah. I actually enjoy baking. Stretch yourself. I love. Actually, there's tons of yoga classes you can do online. Yeah. Same thing with meditation. And this is all from the American Institute of. Well, there you go. Thanks, American Institute of Stress.
It is a stress relief. So
there you go.
Have safe way, responsible.
Right. No social distancing, obviously, with that one.
Exactly.
Cleaning binge. Oh, I've done that 1,000. I do that every morning, basically. Okay. Therapy, progressive muscle relaxation, doodling.
Yeah.
I'm a horrible doodler. Reading or an audiobook.
I actually, because of this pandemic, I discovered the pleasure of audiobooks, and now I'm addicted to it. I
have subscribed on the audiobook train.
Yeah,
I would love to do that.
Yeah,
but there's a ton of podcasts in addition to ours. There's a ton of podcasts on Spotify or iTunes or Amazon, so definitely knock yourself out. But thank you. That was from the American Institute of Stress: Ways to Relieve Stress at Home.
Exactly. In addition, there is nothing better than a laugh, right? To relieve some stress.
Well, laughter is the best medicine, as they say. And we found some really juicy jokes for you that you are going to love. And these are the funniest 2-line jokes ever. We found it on boardpanda.com.
Yeah, very popular site for memes and again, everything funny. So I would go one each. So
let's go.
I will start with this one.
My favorite.
Yeah, I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised.
That is hysterical. I so happy with that one. You look surprised. All right, here we go. And the Lord said unto John, come forth, and you will receive eternal life. But John came fifth and won a toaster.
First serve. That's how it works.
It's on the list of the gospel. Yeah,
this is why I love it. I threw a boomerang a few years ago. I now live in constant fear. I've always wondered, it's like, if you just throw it, you don't see it coming back. What's going to happen?
When is it going to come back? Yeah.
Exactly.
These are funny. Oh, this is great. My wife accused me of being immature. I told her to get out of my fort.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the fort.
Yeah. Yep. To grow up a little bit over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't need a parachute to go skydiving. You need a parachute to go skydiving twice. That is actually accurate. I would say it's actually accurate.
Yes.
When somebody tells you that you can, it's like, oh yeah, I can. Maybe once, but I can't.
You don't need it the first time, but you definitely need it the second time. I think this is the one that. This is funny. Parallel lines have so much in common. It's a shame they'll never meet.
Yeah, sometimes destiny is unfair. Yeah.
They do have a lot in common, though. So.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so someone stole my mood ring. I don't know how I feel about it. Oh my god! Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's funny. That's actually mood rings. I haven't seen in a long time. Yeah. My grandfather has a heart of a lion and a lifetime ban at the zoo.
Well, you see, actually, this makes of a great short story because it makes you picture. Okay, so he actually has the heart of an actual lion. So how the hell he got that? But must have been in a zoo.
You're
So
way
yeah.
overthinking. Way overthinking.
Okay, so women only call me ugly until they find out how much money I make. Then they call me ugly and poor. Nice twist over there. Nice twist. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Should we give maybe two more? Here we go. How many Germans does it take to screw in a light bulb? One, they're efficient and not very funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Germans.
That would be a very German answer. Yeah. You're not completely useless. You can always serve as a bad example.
Oh my
God, that's hilarious because it's like even a broken clock is right twice a day, right? That's what they say, right?
A broken clock is right twice. That's true. I have a few boyfriends I could probably say this joke to. Ex-boyfriends, I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, as usual, this was extremely fun, Beatrice.
Well, thank you. We should definitely share this link in the description because people need to laugh. And there's 41 more jokes on the list that people will find.
Exactly. Yeah. So again, as usual, thank you everyone for following the podcast. Of course, remember to like and share the video, to subscribe to our channel. You can find us on the YouTube page of Levine, Levine TV, on Facebook, on the Levine magazine page, and of course also on the Impact PR Facebook page. So from Joseph, Levine magazine, and Beatrice.
Kimmel from Impact PR. Thank you so much for joining us.
Exactly. And hopefully next week, the next podcast, we're going to have a president. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll be a little bit more relaxed, hopefully.
Exactly. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.